So I know I have to talk about the whole Tyler Perry interview. I get it. But before I dive into the Tyler Perry interview, let's look at how his company takes Black people and uses wigs to represent Black people. It's hilarious, but it's not hilarious because this man is a millionaire several times over, and this is how he chooses to represent us. This is his vision. This is what he puts out on screen and says, cool, cut it, send it out. This is what he chooses to do. Millionaire several times over. It's hilarious at when you first see it, but then when you really think about it, this man has so much money and he is using like wish wigs on Black people on things that are going to be memorialized and that everybody can see. And on that level, explain to me why. I mean, I already don't care about this advice. We saw Ayanla talk about the whole bus driver situation, and we saw Ebony K. Williams get drugged up and down social media streets, side to side, around 3 blocks. We saw it. But now he's coming in and just basically saying the same thing to Black women. I get it. But why do we care what this man says? Why? Is he taking his own advice? But I know that a lot of us have seen the clip, but let's watch the clip together.
A lot of women, especially Black women, and I might get in trouble for saying this, but I will. In the in our society right now, Black women are making a lot more money for the most part than Black men. Right? There are a lot of Black men who are successful, but for the most part, Black women are making the money. So if you can find love, if that man works, at whatever job, and is a good man and is good to you, and honors the house and honors his wife and does what he can, because his gift may not be your gift.
Exactly.
That is okay. That's not somebody who's beneath you.
Yeah.
That's somebody who came to love you at your worth, right?
Yes.
And as long as he's secure in himself to know that, yep, she makes most of the money, all I can pay is the light bill. As long as she's comfortable enough to say, I'm going to cover the mortgage and all the other stuff, you've handled the light bill, baby, you can take me to dinner every now and then. That is fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But that's so hard for a lot of people to take in, because that means, no, I need somebody to, who is, they need to make 5 times more, and I got to have, well, go on, keep your list, baby.
Yeah.
God bless you. Hope it happens. Go on, keep your list. But when you talk about just someone to love you and support you, I know people whose men can't touch what they make. But when you see them together, that love, that support, that I got you, babe, it's a beautiful thing. Listen.
So listening to him talk and listening to that woman say, I just knew he was about to say, but he's a good man, Savannah. I just knew he was about to say. And I know Tyler Perry is talking to us women. I know it. But men should be embarrassed to hear this millionaire multiple times over saying, if he can pay the light bill, if he can take you to dinner every now and then, you should take him in. You should, because that is all he got. Men should be embarrassed. Women, I think we're getting to the point where we understand that these dudes will stay on code. This dude is a millionaire several times over, and he is telling you to take a man who is just okay, that is just fine. That's what this man is saying. But would he take his own advice? Would he take his own advice? I don't know for sure if he is gay or straight. It doesn't matter. I'm sure that he has standards for himself. And yes, he is a millionaire several times over, but I'm sure he still has other standards that he has. But he wants you to not have any. And every time these people who are millionaires come on these internet streets talking to Black women, It is basically ignore having any standards. But one thing they do not do, they're not talking to the man and telling him, pull your weight in the household. Be more of a partner. Work on having emotional intelligence. Are you supporting your wife? If your wife is the breadwinner, are you doing what you can to be her support system to make sure that her life is easier when she comes home? Or, I mean, I don't hear that advice. And for that reason, these men who have the earnings of a teenager are acting like they are still the king of the castle. They are acting like they are still the king of the castle, and they are bringing nothing but liabilities. And that is why I am tired of these people talking to Black women. They need to be talking to Black men and what they are expected to bring into a household, because simply being there is not enough, because simply being there, and Pew Research has already shown this, even when the woman is the breadwinner, even when the woman makes more money, the man is not coming in and making her life easier, because she's still doing the bulk of the caretaking, the chores, the emotional labor, organization, all of that. The woman, if she has a man in the household, even if she's bringing in the most money, is still doing that. So if we are going to continue to hammer at women's standards, when are we going to start talking about men being actual partners versus liabilities? And until they have that take where they're talking about men being assets versus liabilities, where they're talking about being partners instead of makeshift kings in their own mind, then we have nothing to talk about Tyler Perry.